everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, episode 56. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
We are continuing the conversation with our spooky Halloween episodes, and this one in particular is extra spooky and more Halloween-y because we're covering Halloween. The first one and the new second one, I guess you can call it, the 2018 version. But first, a little entertainment news. Okay, Wonder Woman 84 release date pushed back, not a little bit, but 6/5/20 2020. That movie has been pushed back too.
Wow.
Yeah, that is not just a little bit in 2020, halfway into 2020. That's crazy. Do you think they're still trying to figure shit out, or
they're still figuring it out? Yeah, they're in trouble.
It seems like they're keeping Aquaman because we just saw a trailer for that.
Yeah, they just pay whatever they want to whoever they want. You know what I mean? Like, stop messing with us. Just pay them. Give the dude who plays Superman whatever he wants.
Yep.
Give him an island. And like
way down in Coco.
A whole bunch of servants, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
Same thing with Batman, even though Batman isn't terrific. Give it to him so we can keep the continuity so it stays the same.
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous.
But yeah, who knows? Who knows with them? Like, I'm guessing that's getting so they can set up for their reboot, is what I'm assuming. I don't know. Oh, and Luke Cage joins the ranks of Iron Fist as canceled. I heard a couple of popular theories on this because Disney's getting their streaming service. They're just getting ready to get all these, under their belt.
Okay.
Okay. But
you see Disney. I guess Disney, but there's some. There's some controversial language in Luke Cage. You think Disney's going to tackle
and
that?
Sex scenes, and
are they going to tackle that, or you think they're changing? Or
I don't know if they're going to have their own Marvel section of that streaming service or what, but
they're like doing the DC thing, like the DC channel, whatever it is.
But they went Grammy?
It's all DC, whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's what they're doing, yeah. So it's going to be like, you can find anything Disney there. Star Wars, that's where I think the Star Wars show is going to be their flagship show. Marvel's going to be there, the Disney princesses, all on one streaming platform. You can find, they're going to try and take over.
Isn't that weird? Like, it's like a show is popular, or anything like Star Wars is popular enough to create a channel.
Yeah.
As opposed to a channel just showing stuff. Yeah. It's like, this is so popular. We're going to create a channel about it. That just seems weird to me.
But, I'm surprised. I guess there was the Disney Channel.
There is a Disney Channel.
Yeah. It still is, yeah. I haven't had cable in a while. Internet's been my life.
There's still a Disney Channel.
But, so you want, you got to wonder, is that going to go down when the streaming service starts? To force people to, migrate towards that more.
I don't know.
There it is. Halloween Town 2, Revenge.
The Disney Channel.
But yeah, that's all these shows, are they going to be on there? Because they're going to have to fill content.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't watch the Disney Channel. Yeah. I feel like they just air the same show over and over again.
They do, yeah.
So it's like,
Even Stevens back in my day. I'm sorry. Before I get to that, I have arrived.
Bane. We haven't heard from you for a while, Bane. What's going on?
Bane is going to the show that I don't watch anymore.
You do a great Bane. I'm sorry. If you guys don't appreciate his Bane, there's something wrong with you.
I appreciate that, sir. Bane is going on Gotham, the TV show. Oh. Have you seen a picture of this Bane?
No. Is it?
I'm going to put a pin right here for an edit point to show you this picture. Show up the picture of Bane to Robert. I I personally hate it.
Yeah, it looks like a cyborg.
I don't like anything about that show already, and now they're ruining me. So I don't understand. I don't get why they're doing this. Like it was supposed to be a show about a young Bruce Wayne, and with kind of Commissioner Gordon Sergeant Gordon as his mentor. But then they just started going crazy. They put the suit on, well, a version of the suit on him, putting all his rogues gallery in there, and it's like, no.
I remember watching the first episode with you at a Comic-Con.
Oh yeah,
and it was amazing. Yeah. That first episode was amazing.
It was very good.
They had something going, but since then I haven't really been able to get into it. I watched the first season. I haven't been able to get into it.
I gave them the benefit of the doubt and went to season 2.
Oh.
And fucking Fish Maroney or whatever.
Right? They lost me somewhere. I don't know where or how, but they lost me.
I don't understand it, but yeah, they're gonna.
And I remember the applause.
Yeah,
after the episode, we were seeing this big. Yeah, everybody was just clapping. They loved it. I loved it. I was like, this is going to be great. But then,
apparently it has a fan base because they're still going there adding characters, but. I don't know if they're doing the whole this is a different multiverse or what, but not my bag.
Yeah.
And this will lead us into our horror Halloween episode. LeBron James is taking on the new Jason Friday the 13th movie reboot. I think it's going to be... yes, sir. I see that confused look on your face.
What's he doing? Is he playing Jason?
No. He is producing it. He has a production company called Spring Hill Entertainment. He's going to be in Space Jam 2. That's going to be under his production company as well. He has a lot of shows out there right now that you may not know he's working on, but he's doing big things.
LeBron.
Yes, LeBron James. King James.
King James. I'm going to go become a professional basketball player. Support me.
But yeah, so are you wanting to see another Jason movie, Friday the 13th?
You know what? I do love me some Jason.
Yes.
I do love, I hate to say it, I like Jason more than I like Michael.
Oh, me too.
But
we'll get into that.
But man, I don't know. If they could do it right, yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs rebooted. The reboot is a reboot.
Because that last reboot, they made him a mongoloid who like hid in tunnels and
it had the guy from what's the show with the Supernatural. It had the guy from Supernatural.
Oh yeah.
So it just didn't feel like it felt like an episode of Supernatural. It didn't feel like Friday the 13th.
Yeah. But yeah, that's happening. So that'll bring us to
go get him, LeBron.
Yeah, make that jump shot. That'll get us to trailers. Want to go first for me, sir?
I'll go first.
All right.
I've seen a lot of trailers, and I've been searching super hard to find something related to Halloween because I wanted to keep it Halloween based, and it's really hard. There's not a whole lot coming out right now that's Halloween based. That I think
which is odd.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. But I will give you this one. It might be promising. It might not. It's The Curse of La Llorona.
Okay, I saw this.
Yes.
I saw this.
It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look great. It doesn't look like it's going to break any. It doesn't look like it's going to be It Follows or like The Babadook or any of these other movies that have broken some ground. It just feels like it has potential, but we'll see if it gets there or not.
Yeah.
And it's basically about, I guess La Llorona means the weeping woman or something like that.
I have no idea.
Spanish-speaking people help us.
Yes,
we don't speak Spanish. But that's what I believe it's about.
You know why that hasn't been my trailer? Because I couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah. but it's basically about this creepy, ghostly woman that haunts people, and there's kids in it. And I have a theory that like a scary movie with a kid in it is scarier because there's a kid in it. Because like, look at The Exorcist, kid, scary. Look at The Shining, kid, scary.
It.
Look at It. Kids.
Yep.
Scary. I mean,
even Stranger Things.
Hereditary.
Oh, God.
Kid. Scary. So I think there's like a correlation with scary movies and kids for some reason. So this one's got some kids in it. Hopefully it doesn't suck. But that's my trailer.
A lot of pressure on these kids.
I know. It's all about the kids. So that's my trailer.
I'm going to do one. Sorry, I'm straying far from Halloween. But I'm going to do, because I have loved just about every movie that these two have paired up in, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. I'm going to do Holmes and Watson.
Okay, go for it.
I love Sherlock. I'm sure they're not going to anybody pay homage to him.
No.
But these two together crack me up so much. And I watched this trailer and I found myself laughing out loud. I don't know if because I love that humor so much, but they just get me.
They're going to make Sherlock stupid. That's going to be the whole joke.
They will make him look dumb.
He's going to say something obvious. Like, it's going to be the whole Captain Obvious thing.
And they even did, like in the trailer, they did the whole where they showed the mathematics of him about to do something. Mm-hmm. And it was swatting a bee like dead on. But he cracks a glass that it's connected to a beehive and lets out all the bees. Slapstick comedy. I'm sorry. It made me laugh. But, yeah, that's my trailer. Check that one out if you guys have not seen it. Which will bring us to The Shape, to, what else do they call him? The Shape.
I thought his name was Michael Myers.
I was building up to Michael. Boogeyman. Yeah, The Shape.
The Baba Yaga.
The Baba Yaga. He's not the Baba Yaga. That's John Wick. Wick will kick his ass.
I don't know. The last movie we just watched has a little somebody that kind of seems like the Baba Yaga to me. Female version of the Baba Yaga. I can't wait for the real Baba Yaga in part 3, but we'll get to that. That's tripping balls when we watch that.
But yes, so Halloween, the original
1978?
1978, I believe. Yes, you're correct. Halloween, 1978. That one starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasant, Nick Castle, Tony Moran as Michael Myers himself. This story takes place in Illinois.
Which I love because we're in Illinois.
Yes.
So, of course, we're going to like it. It's Illinois, not Illinois.
Yeah. There are lots of cornfields. But, yeah, so a kid, 6-year-old boy.
A kid in a scary movie? You're kidding me.
What? 6-year-old boy sees his sister and I guess gets upset and kills her.
Okay, great opening.
Yes,
this is a really amazing opening. I think it's a little bit famous for it
with the mask. Yeah,
but fastest sex scene.
Oh, that kid! That guy was
That was 12 seconds.
Yeah,
that was 12 seconds. She's like, "You gonna call me?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll call you." It's like in 12 seconds, literally.
But this kid snaps. Or maybe he saw that and he snapped.
12 seconds? You kidding me? I gotta kill everybody now.
She can never be pleased. But yeah, he snaps and kills his sister and gets put away into a mental hospital. Thus, Michael Myers is born.
Do they ever explain why he snaps?
I have a theory about Michael Myers.
Goodness, I want to hear this theory because I don't understand why he snapped. Why? First, why wasn't he being supervised if that was his sister? Second, why did he just decide to just go crazy and start killing folks?
I have a theory.
Okay.
Now, this theory will not be popular.
All right.
But it's a theory nonetheless. Okay. I think Michael Myers is a voyeur.
Is a voyeur?
Is a voyeur. A voyeur is someone who watches people in secret. I'm just explaining for those people who may not know. Watch people in secret and gets off on them.
Okay.
I think he's a voyeur. I think he was watching his sister.
And he was mad that it only lasted 12 seconds, so he killed her.
But he was watching his sister.
Which is even weirder if you're a voyeur.
I think he got upset. I think that still is my second part. I think he's incestual. I think he has an incestual tendency towards his sister. And he got extremely pissed off when he saw her, when he went to go voyeur her. But oh no, there's this little Minuteman.
12-second man.
12-second man on her. And he gets infuriated, snaps, and kills her. And I also, further on my theory, do not think Michael Myers is supernatural at all. He's just a dude that has the kick-ass nerve-ending issue. He can't feel pain, just like kick-ass superpower. It's Michael Myers' evil deity power. But yeah, that's what he's an incestual voyeur who can't feel pain because his nerves are fucked up. Yeah. But yeah, so
that is an interesting theory. I'm not going to dispute it.
It all fits, right?
It fits. It does. It works.
Because why else do all of his victims?
Because he's pure evil. That's why.
And see, I'm gonna start this off. Which I already have.
Are you going to dispute Melissa's diagnosis?
I think after watching this movie, the original movie. I think Michael Myers' legend has been exaggerated greatly due to the doctor's words.
But you know what? I can see your point, but that's what made the first movie for me.
Yeah.
Was like the entire movie, the doctor's like, you don't understand. He's evil.
Yeah.
It's the greatest. He's a monster. And nobody believed him. Everyone's like, just calm down, old man. You're crazy. But then at the end of it, he shoots him 6 times. I hate to jump ahead. But he shoots him 6 times.
But see, here's my thing.
He looks down and the body's gone. The dude just walked off.
Because his nerves. Here's my thing, though. Like, let's break it down here. So 15 years later, Michael escapes.
Okay.
That puts him at 21 years old.
Right.
Now you have not only all the things I listed, voyeur, incestual, nerve damage, crazy person who can't control his temper. I just added that one. Now you have a 21-year-old version with all this pent-up rage. is still infatuated with watching people. Which he does a lot. Like before he kills, he's watching. He is watching.
But he kills more than just women.
The men are trying to protect.
Not all of them. Well, most of them, but not all of them.
Let me see. Let me go back.
I'm trying to like just the first movie. I'm not trying to like.
Yep. That's the first one.
But one of them was an old lady who was making a sandwich for us.
He didn't kill her. He left them alone in the original, which is why I thought it was. We'll get there.
But I thought they killed the woman in the original.
No, he just took her knife and she came back and smeared it. She was like, ah!
She didn't. He killed her.
I thought he just took the knife because she came back like she's like, you need to get up from that TV.
Husband alone because he was watching TV.
And like she feels on the thing and then like there's blood where her knife was, and she screams.
Oh, you're right. Dang it!
But yeah, like he has a certain type he kills like that reminds him of his sister. Like he's not really spectacular. He's a 21-year-old kid.
You hate Michael Myers. I just realized.
He's a 21-year-old kid with pent up sexual frustration.
What's Steve going to say?
I don't know. But, like I've rewatched this, and all my love for the legend that is Michael Myers started to fade.
Mine went the other way
and fade. I was like. What?
I never liked Halloween.
You never liked Halloween?
No, and then I remember watching it. I was like, I'm not really all that impressed. Mm-hmm. But before this, I rewatched it.
Yeah,
and I had a new appreciation for it, especially the ending. I loved how the guy was like Loomis was just like he just went into these like over exaggerated explanations of how evil and bad this guy is.
I still think that's all his reputation is built on.
But at the end of the movie, though, it proves it because he shoots him 6 times. The guy falls out of a window. He's laying there, and then he goes back to look, and he's gone. Nobody gets shot 6 times.
50 Cent got shot 9 times. Come on, you can't take that away from 50.
We're talking about 1978.
50 got shot in the mouth and spit it out. Come on.
1978. Nobody gets shot 6 times in 1978 and survives.
Oh, so
And stabbed in the eye. He's stabbed in the eye with a coat hanger. I don't know why I say coat.
I've poked myself in the eye so many times. Let me give you my impression of Michael.
Which one came first? Did Michael come first or did Jason Voorhees? We need to find that out. Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, is he just a weird kind of...
A poor man's Jason?
Is he just like suburban version of Jason?
Oh, Michael came first.
Oh, no.
By 2 years.
So I can't go with that theory.
So Jason is a better version of Michael. I'm sorry, like Michael Myers in a nutshell. What is she doing? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go watch my sister. Give me a second. I'm gonna go watch my sister here, like I always do. And then you get that creepy Michael Myers music. And then he has like his regular stalker music, and then he has his chase music when he's about to kill that. And it's like, what are you doing, Julie? What? Who's that? No! Not that. He goes and grabs the mask and the knife. That's fucking Michael Myers.
That's an interesting way to explain it.
And then it happens again when he's an adult. I got a car. Oh, she looks just like Julie. And he still has that voice because he hasn't used his voice in 15 years. She looks just like Julie.
He doesn't talk though. So like his inner voice still sounds like a little kid, a little 12-year-old kid.
He hasn't used his voice in 15 years. So he doesn't know what a man sounds like. She looks just like Julie. I'm gonna go kill her too.
Oh my goodness.
He just like the whole fucking first 30 minutes of the movie is him being a voyeur driving around in an ambulance truck, watching women, probably jerking off in the driver's The true secret of Michael Myers.
Oh. That's not the way I saw it. I saw it a completely different way. Well, all right.
I'm like, what is this? That's just a creep. That's not saying the whole time watching. Like, he's just a creep. He's a nasty bastard.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. That's the impression I got. But then you have the saving grace, which is the part that I enjoyed as well. The doctor. Loomis?
Yeah.
Loomis? He's like, oh, he's pure evil. And he makes him more menacing by giving him that reputation. Because otherwise...
He earns it by the end, though, because who gets... Let's look how...
Like, a lot of damage. And I will admit, he is like... He's crazy. He's crazy strong for a 21-year-old dude who's been locked up for 15 years. And he does take a lot of damage. Like, because he got shot more than 6 times. Loomis shot him... on the stairwell as well.
Stabbed in the eye.
Yeah, stabbed in the eye. So, like, it begs the question, I don't know if he's supernatural or not, but...
It leads you to believe that there's just something literally evil inside of him. And his body is just a shell.
If, let's say Lumen never said that, would you still have that impression?
If at the end he got shot 6 times and he just walked away from it, yeah. That's weird. It's 1978. 1978. That's weird. Doesn't happen. Everybody's like, let's go make popcorn and watch movies. And then all of a sudden somebody gets shot 6 times and he walks away. It doesn't happen.
Go shorty. It's your birthday. Yeah, I like...
We haven't even covered the movie. We just been talking about how Michael Myers either sucks or doesn't suck.
Laurie Strode is...
What did you think about her?
I think she's fantastic. I think she's one of the smartest...
Based off the first movie? Or
based off the first movie, because she, like, questions everything. She's suspicious. She's, like, calling people...
She's just a smart girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing the right things. Like even when she sees them, she's like, whoa, like, by the bush. It's like, somebody's up there. Like, let's chill out. Let's maybe go another way. But then her friends are stupid, normal horror movie girls, you know?
She's still kind of naive in some ways.
Also, how do you mean?
I don't know. I just feel like she was. It's like you see somebody creepy standing there, you invest. You don't just like let it go. You tell somebody.
True.
It's like a creepy dude.
I mean, but she did tell her friends, but her friends didn't believe her. I think she should have called the cops.
Her friend didn't believe that her dad smelled weed when they opened up the car window.
That's true, and he did.
He had to. I mean, how can you not? It's weed.
Yeah, and she was a pretty boy. I mean, she was a teenager, I guess. So pretty boy obsessed.
Okay,
yeah.
She's a boy. What?
I didn't mention the rumor that goes on about Jamie Lee Curtis.
I have not heard this rumor. What's the rumor?
People say that she's a hermaphrodite.
What?
Yeah.
Since when? Who for who? I saw her dance in
True Lies. You and me both. I was like, I feel weird now.
She didn't look like one.
It's just
I haven't been fooled yet.
It's just the internet rumor that went around.
You all are crazy. All you people on the internet.
But yeah, she is what he sees as the embodiment of her sister, you think? Of his sister? Or she is just the one who got away?
I think it depends on what, like if you go from movie to movie, then they give you information that you may or may not want to agree with.
You talking about the second one?
Yeah. The first movie is she's just the girl that gets away, basically. Yeah. And he wants to kill her.
Yeah, because he once he locks on to a target,
now, I don't know if she actually reminds him of his sister.
Yeah, other girls
that
do,
he killed.
Honestly.
But
I miss my sister. I probably should have never killed her,
and then in other movies, it seems more random.
Yes.
So I shouldn't be using those other movies as a reference, but
I think he's just like one track minded. It seems because like once he has you in his sights, he just needs to kill you. You know.
Unless you're I'm jumping to another movie. Unless you're a baby. And you're crying in the
which disputes his evil incarnate.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker would have been like,
I don't know.
But yeah, so she's super smart and her friends around her, and they kind of, we'll get to it, but her friends around her are kind of ditzy, normal horror movie people who get killed off one by one.
Yep. They're definitely exposed. Like you can definitely.
And he goes back to. He doesn't kill. No, okay. His house is abandoned and boarded up, but he takes the tombstone of his sister to the first place he killed. Right, if I'm remembering right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and puts it on the pillow and lays the first girl he killed down. That's why I think he's obsessed with his sister still, because he lays the first girl he kills down to rest like it's his sister. You know, it kind of gives you that. Okay, me that idea.
I see where you're coming from. I just wish I knew why he was obsessed with that.
Yeah,
and your
voyeur
theory makes sense, but man, I hope that's not it. I hope there was something deeper.
The rest is all joking around, but I think he had a voyeuristic, incestual vibe towards his sister.
If he was evil incarnate, I guess he wouldn't just be going after his family.
No,
he'd be like, which. He does in other movies. He doesn't, but in this one, he's just like so focused in on one thing.
And his neighborhood, like he always goes back to his neighborhood.
Why is it always got to be that Haddonfield, Illinois?
Well, exactly.
It's Illinois. People have come out.
Your takes on this one?
Like I said, I have never been a fan of the Halloween movies. I always thought Jason was the OG of just slasher. Like movies, like he was my jam. Like if you want somebody to kill you, it's going to be Jason. Like Michael was like, it's Michael. It's like a suburban version of Jason, but I guess not. Now that I realize Michael was created first. The movie, however, I thought did a great job. I love the beginning. I mean, it was a little tedious in the middle, getting to the end, but I like that they built up that he was this ominous character, and like. It seemed ridiculous when you heard it, and everybody around Loomis thought it was ridiculous when they heard it.
Like he's just a kid who doesn't talk. Come on.
Then they almost kind of prove it at the end. So that's what I appreciate about it.
Yeah. Was
the ending was like how they're like, if he was just a man, you would have shot him 6 times and he would be dead. But he's got to be more than a man because he didn't. But then comes the other movies which ruin that theory.
which they get retconned in a good way.
I thought the movie was decent for when it came out. Now that I'm watching it and really paying attention to it, but at the time, like I've never been a big fan. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, I've been this huge
Michael Myers guy.
Michael Myers. I haven't. I don't think he's great.
Yeah.
But going back and watching the film now with a like an older set of eyes, it was decent. It was a good movie. But I don't know. Now that you've thrown all these crazy theories at me, I'm just confused. I don't know what to think anymore.
I gotta tell you, I've lost respect after rewatching this one. He's always been this larger than life, Jason-esque, like unstoppable force of a killing machine. Mm-hmm. And then I started putting the pieces together, rewatching this movie. Like, he's only 21 years old. He's,
but his first kill was when he was like a little kid.
6 years old. Yeah.
His own sister.
Saying something, yeah. But then you go back to, like, as the movies got more and more out there, I guess so did his legend. Like he became.
Those are the sequels, though. We're just looking at the first one.
Yeah. I'm just saying though. Like his legend. Like from this movie,
it did go crazy.
Like from this movie, you don't get the Michael Myers that Rob Zombie made. Rob Zombie made him this freaking 7-foot tall behemoth,
which he wasn't.
Which he wasn't at all. And that's what I'm saying. Like people have taken that legend of he's pure, unadulterated juggernaut stopping evil and have ran with it, like in future stuff. And like that's how I had him in my head for so long,
But where did that come from, though? It had to come from somewhere. Didn't it not come from the first movie where Loomis was like
I think that's what I'm saying. Like I think Loomis's speech is what put that in everybody's head. Like that he was so adamant.
And the shock of being proved at the end when he gets shot.
Yeah, that he was unstoppable.
And walks away.
Yeah,
it's like granted, somebody could get shot 6 times and get up and walk away.
They were not fast,
but not in 1978. Yeah. It just seemed like a ridiculous idea.
Yeah,
and the fact that he did. Mm-hmm. Was what created
and like everything, like from like the Undertaker stole the way he gets up because it's so looming, like the freaking the whole no arms, no anything, just straight sit up. Like he has
crunches. He's been in prison a long time doing crunches.
I'm not taking away the fact that the boogeyman, the shape, whatever you want to call him, is ominous, but he's not that freaking like because okay, here we go. Jason takes Manhattan, or Jason goes to Manhattan, whichever one. I'm mixing probably Muppets Go to Manhattan and Jason.
I'm not picturing a little puppet Jason.
Kermit in front of hi, Jason. But remember the guy on the roof? Beat the crap out of I'm under the impression after watching that first movie that if that guy would face Michael Myers, he could take him. I think he could take him. Like I don't know, like it's just I don't know. But whereas we saw Jason is like, man, punch the freaking dude's head off, like. And I could, I guess I had an idea of what the legend of Michael Myers was, and it was kind of shattered by this guy driving around in an ambulance, stalking people, and then just doing the normal slasher stuff. But yeah, that's me on this, and I apologize for bashing that 6-year-old. But yeah. For you, go watch.
I say definitely. I mean, it is an older movie. Maybe it doesn't stand up nowadays to some of the stuff we've seen, but this kind of didn't start it.
Yeah,
started, but it's still pretty darn good. I mean, it wasn't as horrible as I thought I was going to be rewatching this. Yeah. So I'd say definitely go watch it.
And I mean, he is like one of the trifecta of the faces of horror. You think horror, you think Freddy, you think Jason, you think Michael Myers.
Exactly.
Like you can't take that away from that. So definitely check it out. It is a classic, and it has spawned generations.
It spawned a lot of sequels.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll bring us to 2018 Halloween. Mm-hmm. And to briefly debunk 2, I did read an article just that James Cameron just put out about part 2, the brother-sister thing. He said, I handled the movie without that. It was a complete movie in my eyes. He said, but they said it needed to be longer. So on a drunken night, after hours and hours of sitting up, I wrote that they were brother and sister. So there's that. Halloween 2018. Let's see here. I don't think the cast changes a whole lot. We have Jamie Lee Curtis, of course, Judy Greer, Nick Castle is Michael Myers this time. Wait a second. Who did he play last time? So I saw that name. Oh, there were two Michael Myers last time, Nick Castle and Tony Moran. But I guess this time it's just Nick Castle as Michael Myers. So this one is 40 years later.
That's a long time.
40 years. We're putting Michael at 61.
He was an old man.
61 years old.
Still getting it. You think he was getting it? You didn't think he was still getting it?
He was, but should he have been?
If he was indeed just a shell of a man with pure evil inside of him, yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
If he wasn't, then yeah.
He should not have been.
He should not have been.
Especially seeing as how they erased for this movie, part 2.
They erased like every movie that came after
part
1.
Yeah. Part 1 was in this universe, new universe.
How mad are all those people that worked on those other movies? Like, none of your movies matter. You're not canon anymore. This is
2 through 11 no longer exist.
Nope.
3 didn't exist anyway. But 2 through 11 no longer exist, and it's just part 1 and this movie in this universe, which I actually like. Because 2,
I liked how 2 like normally when there's a sequel, it's like later and like stuff is already.
I did like that too. It was a
but
direct.
This one literally takes like starts like right after the other one is like literally. Mm-hmm. So that part I like.
Like how in part 2, the original part 2, there was like a body print in the grass. I'm like, did you see that? But yeah, so this is set, but this one is 40 years later. Now times, Michael hasn't talked in 40 years.
No, yeah, and neither has they didn't explain to us how he got caught.
Yeah, no.
The last thing we saw is he fell
got shot 6 times,
and then disappeared. And then all of a sudden he's in the hospital.
They kind of did mention the Hawkins, the Deputy Hawkins, I guess, talked them out of killing him. So this one kind of goes along the theory of maybe he didn't get up after getting shot all those times, and they were going to put one in his head, but Hawkins like, no, let's lock him away. But yeah, so he's just there locked up, and then we get a glimpse of before we go on, podcast mainstream. Not ours, but podcasting in general. I mean, it's already out there big, but to get mentioned in a movie like this, the one of the main guys, two people, journalists, go to interview Michael Myers, and they're podcasters. And they admit to being podcasters. But yeah. So yeah, these two people go to interview him and have gotten a hold of his old 40-year-old mask to try and they show it to him to try and convince him to speak. But of course that doesn't work.
He just kind of looks back just ever so slightly.
And shows that
doesn't turn around.
Shows that eyeball that was stabbed with that coat hanger. That's all deformed. But yeah, he's locked up and he's going to get transferred on Halloween night, which why is that a good idea?
Worst idea ever. Why would you transfer that guy on that night?
But yeah, then we get to see these same journalists go to Laurie Strode. And Laurie has made some upgrades.
She's got a little fortress.
She's fucking Sarah Connor.
Yes, she is.
She has built like Robert said, a fortress, gates, barbed wire fences all over the place, which mean anything later on, which kind of upset me a little bit. But
they were pointless.
She has like a moat and freaking gates and cameras everywhere, floodlights. Yeah, she's crazy. But yeah, this movie is centered around Michael getting transferred to maximum security prison on Halloween, and Laurie dealing with 40 years of being the only Michael survivor.
And she's had a daughter and she has a granddaughter.
Yeah. Who are assholes.
Which one, the daughter or the granddaughter?
Both.
Neither both?
So let's say we're going hypothetical here. Your grandmother, or in your case, we'll go with your mother, has survived a killing. She's the only survivor. She saw all her friends die. This guy's still alive, and she has been told that he is evil incarnate. He's a spirit. He keeps coming back. Would you show a little sympathy if she handled things a little different, or do you think Laurie went overboard?
I think after such a long period of
40
time,
years,
she's been so fed up. Like all of them are so fed up because nothing has happened for 40 years that they're all just like, they're just lashing out at each other. And it's okay for them to lash out at each other because they can make up the next day and be fine.
Especially when the daughter, I guess, went through regiments when she was a kid too. Yeah. So
that's fine. But that's basically my take on it.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
I think my opinion here, on the day that he's going to get transferred, that's going to bring up some demons inside your grandmother or mother. That's going to be hard for her to deal with. So kind of just like deal with her shit for that day. Like, that's what I didn't understand. I was like, this is going to be a traumatic event for this woman. Like, she's wanting to see him dead for 40 years. But on this day, no, he doesn't get taken to electric care. He gets transferred to a prison. So that's going to have some kind of effect on her. So, I just thought that was a little crazy, that they should have shown a little bit more. And I'm not even a big family guy. But yeah. But your overall take on this one?
My overall take?
I mean, I guess, are we going spoilery?
We've already spoiled, so spoilers. I thought this movie was really well done. I thought, like, all the technical stuff was done perfectly. I wasn't scared though.
No, it was not.
I never got scared. I never jumped. I didn't have not that movies should just be relying on jump scares, but nothing about it was psychologically creepy. Like Hereditary, for instance, which just crawls under your skin and comes out of your eyeballs like in a gush of blood. Mm-hmm. Like none of that. It was just basically giving you what you already know. Mm-hmm. And that's what I kind of felt like. I thought it was really well done, really well produced. The story was great. I liked all the ideas that they had in it, but it just didn't scare me. It wasn't like a Halloween movie where I was like, oh man, I went to see a scary movie and I got the crap scared out of me. That didn't happen. It was just
a revenge tale.
It was basically it was just completing the first movie in a positive light. That was, I don't want to say Me Too, but it felt ever so slightly like, let's just make every woman the hero.
The turn that every big company's taking right now,
and all the guys, the idiots who just get killed, except for the boyfriend who got away with.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was going to get killed. Like, I was envisioning in my head. I was envisioning in my head like, oh, he's just like a woman. Michael's going to think he's a young teenage girl and kill him, But no.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good things in it. Just the random killings, which is weird to say. That's a good thing. All these random killings, but it just made sense for the motif that you have with Michael. What is Michael?
Yeah,
he's just this killing machine that just randomly walks around town and killing folks in his hometown, and then until he gets to
what he wants,
to where he really wants, and then that's what he did, and that was great. I mean, they did a good job, but man, I mean, did it really give us anything bigger in the story?
No. And like you said, like the main point here, it's
just it was almost like let's finish Michael Myers. He's done. That's what it felt like.
Let's put it to rest.
It felt like we went. It feels like they're correcting all the semi mistakes they made through like 11 some movies. And they're like, you know what? Let's just finish it. We'll do it this way. We'll give it a positive ending. Blah blah blah. And that's what it felt like. I felt like it could have been more.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it could have been a reboot to the point where you have more Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I mean,
they tried that a couple of years with Rob Zombie stuff. So,
but it just didn't. I don't know. It was weird. Like I have mixed emotions about it because it was such a good film,
mm-hmm.
but it just didn't bring anything new to the table. It didn't scare me. I don't know. It didn't take the story. It didn't open. It didn't keep the story open to where it could be more.
Yeah,
and that's what the first movie did. They kept it open. There could be more. That's what horror movies do. They keep it open. There's always that ending to a horror movie where
I'm gonna jump.
Battle continues.
Gonna jump real far ahead here. So spoilers. But now, when they went back to the basement shot, he was no longer on the steps or on the ground by the steps. There was this blaze of fire.
I don't think he's getting out of there.
I don't think it's true.
I'm pretty sure. Like she made that trap perfectly.
Mm.
She made her house a trap for Michael,
which was fantastic. I gotta tell you, this was not a horror movie at all. Other than the fact that Michael is a staple in the horror community, did you get horror feel at all from this?
It had scary moments, but no, it didn't feel like.
Yeah, and they call him a serial killer. I thought serials have to have a pattern, and had to have, I don't know. I'm getting into semantics here, but I love the idea of this, of kind of switching the roles. That ending,
I love the switching when she falls out the window and she's laying there.
Yes,
and then
that's what
she's not.
Yeah,
and then she's hiding in the shadows, just standing there, just like Michael would.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like at the end. They're switch. They're like, he's the hunted now, instead of being the hunter.
I thought she was gonna pull a Rorschach. You think I'm locked in here with you? You're locked in here with me.
I thought that was great.
It would have been fantastic if Lori said that. I don't want to encourage plagiarism.
And I liked how even the daughter was like, I can't do it. I can't.
That was fantastic.
It's not gonna work. I'm so weak and pathetic. I can't do it. I don't even know what she said. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know what she said, but then she's like, I'm just kidding. I gotcha. And shoots him.
He got shot early on with a freaking .38 revolver.
In the shoulder by
just shook it off.
Yeah, it was like, his fingers got cut off.
Yeah.
Blown off, I'm sorry. Got blown off with the shotgun.
So knife physics are non-existent in the Halloween.
Knife physics.
This dude,
being able to
ever since the first one,
and they pin him to a wall. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I think that's possible if you're strong enough. If you got Herculean,
it's not about your strength. I'm sure you can get them up there, but that thing ain't staying on the wall with the weight of a body on it, or it's gonna slice through their skin, or it's. I don't know, man. I don't think that will work. And he does it a lot. Yeah. It's like one of his MOs. He's like, pin to a wall. But I love this is that Michael that I was used to seeing.
I love when they brought him to life.
Yeah.
When they were at the gas station, and he's got to get his mask back.
He got his whole attire from. It was kind of
it was like Terminator.
A brief overview of part 1.
It was Terminator 2.
Basically,
when he goes into the bar.
I need your clothes.
That was basically what it was, but at a gas station.
But he did some of the same. There were similarities of the original movie. He breaks out. He goes to get his clothes first. He gets his mind. You kind of saw ripples of that first one in this. But yeah, that he when he got his clothes, he got his clothes. Everybody at that gas station paid the cost for his attire, for fashion. I guess fashion hurts. They always say that. But
I didn't when the podcasters got it because I felt like they deserved it. I felt like they were going to get it.
Did you want them to die?
I kind of did. They were jacking with the wrong folks. They jacked with Lori, what's her name?
Laurie Strode.
Lori?
Yeah.
They jacked with Michael. They shouldn't have messed with either one of those two. I got your mask.
I think he shouldn't have done that.
Say something. I got your mask. He's like, Michael was probably just thinking, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to kill you.
You wait.
You wait. Yeah, I'm going to kill you. And they did the same thing with Lori. They just antagonized her. And she knew it. She's like, you already knew that. So I don't know why you asked that question. I'll take my money now and get out.
Yep.
Same thing. They deserved it.
I did like the sprinkled through of kind of what's going on today. When the dad and son pull up to the bus The dad's like, I just want to go hunt with my son. And so I was like, I just want to go dancing, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in dance class.
That was weird. Like, it made sense.
It's tackling what's,
It made you care more about that little boy.
Yeah.
Than you did some of the other, like the daughter of the granddaughter of Laurie.
Yeah.
You cared more about.
I honestly couldn't connect with the granddaughter. Like,
yeah, I didn't either. I didn't get what it just didn't work for me.
She tried to show, like, they tried to make her have sympathy. The only one was sympathy for her grandma, but like
the boy was great because he actually shot the doctor.
Yeah.
Which, in retrospect, you realize, like, yeah, you should have shot that doctor because he was evil. He was evil.
Do you think the doctor helped Michael escape?
I don't know. It's possible. I just think, you know what? Now that you say that, because he was in the bus just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't shoot me.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense now that you said that. They probably did. That was just because how else would Michael... I mean, he helps him a couple times because he gets hit by a car and...
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to put on your mask. I want to feel what it's like to kill somebody. It's like, what? Like, how crazy is a doctor?
I'm going to put your mask, Michael. This is what it's like to be Michael Myers. You know what? Someone else had my sentiment in this movie. The boyfriend of the blonde who was killed had my sentiment when they were walking, when they picked up Laurie Strode's granddaughter. And they were walking. He's like...
Not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal. He's killed 5 people. Yeah. I don't get it.
Smoked a joint.
Yeah, and blew up a pumpkin. Yeah, I think this movie has some great ideas. I thought it if they for sure want to put a book in on Halloween, they did, in my opinion. I think this was a fantastic closing and swan song for Laurie. Not so much Michael, because it kind of kills his legacy, honestly. But
the original second one did that.
True, in the same way.
It's like what you just did over.
Yeah, it kind of did.
But then, like,
they made her the hero
cut
instead.
out like 10 movies. Like, we didn't. Those don't exist. Don't look at them. It's not canon. I thought it was a good movie, but I don't know. Like, technically, it's so good, but story-wise, it didn't bring anything.
I really enjoy it. I don't know what it is about the Laurie Strode character, but I think they did a great job with her in this one. The way she's dealing with things. Sorry.
She breaks down a couple times.
Yeah, she does. Which I like, because it humanizes her. Mm-hmm. She's not this killing machine. She,
Yeah.
Well, not that she is, but anyway. But, like, she's not as strong as she's letting on. Like, she's still scared. That scared girl that we saw on the street in the first Halloween. But she's evolved,
She is sometimes an emotional mess.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a ploy or anything like the daughter used in the basement.
No.
I just think she just literally is an emotional mess. But
yeah.
It works.
It sounds like she had alcoholism as well.
Hello.
Yeah.
But it takes her to where she needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, she almost becomes, like, in a weird sort of way, she becomes Michael.
Yeah.
Which makes me even madder because they cut out the part where, like, they're supposedly brother and sister.
Yeah. They make sure that that's no longer a thing because they bring it up in that same conversation. Aren't they? He's related to your sister, or isn't your grandma his sister? And she's like, no, that's just some myth that was made up for make people feel better or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, and I don't know. I don't think that was needed though. Do you think that was needed? Like the whole brother sister relationship?
I think it wasn't needed, but they should have kept it.
Yeah, but that adds to my...
It makes a point to why he keeps coming after her.
That also adds to my
why would
theory.
you keep coming after this old lady when your voyeur thing is young?
But he still has a sister thing, so he's like, that's still my sister. And she's older now, which, did you get Kruger vibes?
Kruger?
From my Jamie Lee Curtis? I was just kind of sitting there watching, like, when she's cocking that gun. You go, Jamie Lee Curtis. Go ahead, girl. So bad. No, am I alone there?
I thought she was like a weird old female John Wick or something. That's what I thought. Because she kept going into the basement. She goes to the basement to get her guns, just like John Wick did.
Baba Yaga.
The Baba Yaga. She's the real boogeyman. It's not a boogeyman anymore. It's a boogie woman.
Oh, maybe we'll have incidents there. Anyway, I think that'll be a good stopping point. I still want to see one day Michael Myers versus Jason. I think that would be a better matchup than Freddy versus Jason.
I want to see all of them. They should just do...
And then throw Ash in there.
When they did with Player One, when they're all these different things in one movie, they should do that with horror movies.
I agree. But there is a fantastic game out there, and I'm not getting paid for this, but I'm going to throw it out there, called Dead by Daylight, in which all of those killers are... Well, not Jason. Jason's not in it because he had...
His own
thing and legal problems. But
Jason has legal problems. He knows how to solve them.
But yeah, it's fun. And Laurie Strode's in it, and she has this awesome abilities where she can stab killers in the arm and get away from them, unlike other players. But yeah, that's a fun thing. But it would be amazing to see a movie with all those killers in it.
One day.
Before
we die, we will see this.
I hope so. That's going to be a lot of money for people, though, because I think there are a lot of different studios involved there.
Disney's going to own everything pretty soon.
True. Yeah. I can't wait till they start their horror section. But, yeah. So, Halloween 2018. I don't know if it's officially Halloween 2 now, but I think my ticket actually says Halloween 2. But, yeah. Would you say go watch it?
It's good, but it just doesn't bring anything to the table. So I don't know what to say.
Nothing new for you?
Do I say yes? Do I say no?
You decide. Do you know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it off the top of your head, or did you look?
It was good.
Certified fresh?
It was in the 80s or 90s, somewhere in there.
Gotcha. Yeah. I would say go watch it. I really enjoyed the third act was my favorite part. I loved that switch, that change, which hopefully you saw it before you heard this because we spoiled it. But yeah, listen anyway. As usual, you can find us and listen to the podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud. Just search Go Watch a Movie. Sometimes put Go Watch a Movie podcast. It'll come up even faster. And Podbean. Give us those likes, suggestions, follows, comments. We appreciate it all. I think that's everything. Yeah. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
And I'm Michael Myers. Go watch it, buddy. Go watch a movie.